Alright, hello YouTube. Playing a new deck for this stream. It's going to be a Goblin aggro deck. It's been seen before. You've got Goblin Bushwhacker and Reckless Bushwhacker along with a lot of 1-drops, push out a ton of damage. The reason I am playing this deck is because the record for the lowest separate card names in a deck that is 5-0'd a competitive Magic League is 17. And this deck has 15. It's got 4 on the board, 10 spells in the main, and then basic mountain filling out the 15th slot. So if I can 5-0 with this deck, then I set a record and it'll be super exciting. So with that being said, let's jump in. I did a practice run, was able to go 4-1, which was good, but not good enough for all the glory. So now we're going in. So I have thought for a while that Goblins is the secret tier 1 deck of Modern. And I think that because I never beat it. Basically ever. No matter what I'm trying to play, my opponent plays a Goblin, and in one of the games, the deck doesn't do anything and I easily win. But in the other games, I just get destroyed. Okay, so this needs to hit 2 more lands. I think I'm gonna... If I hit land, this hand's insane. It's probably the best thing I could be doing. If I don't hit 2 lands, I'm just like running out Foundry Street, and these are all awkward. I'm gonna keep it. It might be wrong, but I think because I have Foundry Street to put down a lot of pressure early, it is okay. Alright, my opponent has put themselves in... Oh! 17? 17. We already won. Ah, well, that's not great. Yeah, so this doesn't feel great, but we have to clear this out of the way. Dang. This can clear that, which is sweet, but not right now. So if my opponent's able to put this might go very poorly. We have 4 Tormod's Crypt in the board, so hopefully they can carry me in post-board games. Yeah, this might be bad. This. Alright, we're dead. We're dead. There's nothing we can do. They were too strong. Okay. So we're going to cut Devastating Summons because this is kind of like a grindy card. Gets a lot of power out of one body, but we just want to go fast in this matchup. And I'm going to bring in Tormod's Crypt because they have graveyard cards. Yeah, we're probably not beating that draw with a good draw from us. Definitely we're beating it with a subpar draw. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep it. It's got a hate card, and yeah. I'm not gonna play with the Tormod's Crypt this turn. I'm going to use it to trigger Surge on my next turn. If they're able to have just the nuts turn 1, then that is unfortunate, but I think it's worth doing. Gross. I think I've just cleared that. I don't think I can beat it. This is not this is not an ideal start to the attempt at the 5-0. Yeah. But luckily Goblins is a fast deck, so we can just die quickly. We do have a couple of lands. I don't know. We have like a Tormod's Crypt and some stuff. So it's like maybe we can get there. But also maybe we can lose a game in like a match in like 5 minutes. That is also within the range. My opponent, though, is taking too long to think about the plays. They're like, this Goblin's guy, he's probably got stuff going on. And they are wrong. Yeah, man, what's up? What's up, Jay Walla? We are dying with a 2-1 in play. This guy's really ugly. Got like a weird thing under his mouth. If they kill this Reckless Bushwhacker, I'm conceding. Alright. I should probably concede anyway, but maybe this Reckless Bushwhacker can do 14 points of damage. Or 16 points of damage. And maybe he can attack 7 whole times. And we cut these. My opponent's boring me too, man. Alright. I concede. He did it. Alright. So, off to a powerful 0-1 start. But, as we know, if anyone's watched Jeff's stream, if you lose enough matches, you'll get paired against Voice of Resurgence. And that's where our deck can really shine. There are some times I play this deck and I consider maybe 20 lands is too few. But then I draw my 4th land ever and I realize that's not true because you can't ever do that. This card's sweet. We're going to bottom it. I think with this hand, Foundry Street Denizen is just going to be a mulligan. This could be a Voice of Resurgence, guys. Probably Spirits. Yeah. Land? Oh, look at us. Oh, we gave him 2 cards? How are we going to win when they have so much card advantage? And actually, a 1-3 is kind of scary. Alright. We going in. Math is for blockers. So many cards. So he blocks this. He takes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which is good for us. If he blocks this, he takes 12. I think we can pull this one out. He's probably going to either block the Foundry or the Firebrand. I think you have to block the Firebrand here and try to get the second block. Like, now this thing's gonna trade. I don't know what he's going to do to beat my board. Do not know. We will see. Yep. I don't know, man. We like attack through it. Guys doesn't do anything. Alright, so he's going to flash in. So he has to block both of these. He has to block both of these, which means I guess he could. I think my opponent might have messed up here. It might have been right to copy this. I'm giving him so many lands. Dude, I'm giving this guy like 10 lands. What a nice guy I am. Yeah, so he's going to go to 1. And then these Firebrands should be able to kill him on my turn. Unless he has a double path or something. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Does he have 2 Phantasmal images? That would be kind of savage. Why? By attacking with the Firebrands, they dealt 1 damage, and then I can sack them to deal 1 damage again. If I don't attack with them, then I can't do that. Dude, he's fucking me up with these Phantasmal images. Alright. Reach. It's not reach. Casting anyway. This is gonna be a sad one to lose. But I need. So I have 4 bolts and 2 more Firebrands and 4 Goblin Grenades. So I've got 10 outs that obviously do not work if he has some sort of collector company type thing. Don't think it's worth attacking here. Yep. This is problematic. Alright, with the Maz Wanderer draw, I'm pretty much on Firebrand or bust. And if this is a Lord, I might just be dead. This might just kill me. Let's see. It's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. So if he has another Lord, I'm dead. Yep. He's used like most of these cards. Yep. Yeah, so I really need another Firebrand in order to win this game. That's lethal. 10, 16. Yep, dead. Okay. That was unfortunate. We'll keep the 1 Devastating Summons. So, if he vials copying a Lord, then by holding the dude back, we get in 2 damage because he can't block one of our Goblin Guides, but that means we're giving up on 2 damage because we're giving up on hitting for 1 and then pinging next turn. So I don't think that's worth. I'm going to keep this hand. It has a Goblin Guide, so there's nothing it can't do. Alright, so we got a Spell Queller. Hopefully no Accelerant on 1. That's good. Dromoka's command is less good, but that's okay. His best play on this follow-up turn is probably a Lord, and if that's his play, I can bolt it and then attack for 3. Yep. Pass. Huh. I think this might be our last turn of getting in damage with creatures, so I want to make sure I can get as much as I can. Yep, opponent takes 3. Not hitting a land on any of those draw steps is kind of rough, but we'll see what we can do. Selfless Spirit. So he still has Path Exile up. No. They might have... Yeah, I did shuffle away the spell quell. You're right. Alright, so... Play this. I would be very appreciative if my opponent would cast Path to Exile. That would be a nice thing for them to do. They did not agree. My opponent is a big ol' meanie. This thing counters a burn spell, right? Yeah. Yeah, it might have been right for me to Goblin Grenade earlier. Now I'm just never going to get to. And I think I might have needed that damage. It's possible I screwed up there. Drawing a second land would indeed be great. Sure. Land? Okay. So... If I don't attack, I die in the air. So I will make the play to attack. And then he'll block and I'll die. He can block like here. Yeah, I'm just dead. Alright. That was not a great showing so far for Mr. Gobbos' deck. First game was kind of a heartbreaker. Definitely very close. Second game, we kept one lander and then did not draw a second land for a very long time. I'm gonna do something I don't normally do. I definitely want to do 2 leaks tonight because I want to try to get that 5-0. So I'm just gonna drop. We're gonna say that was a practice league, and jump back in here. I'm playing Pjarg. Yeah. So we have not learned from our mistakes and are going to keep another one lander. Because learning from your mistakes is not what winners do. Serum Visions. Oh. This is probably a really good matchup for us. I think. I assume Death Shadow... I assume the deck that's lava acting itself is a good matchup for my Goblin guides, but we'll have to see. Especially because... unlike actual burn, Stun or Denial is much worse against this deck. All these cards suck, but who even needs them? This was never going to do anything. I'm very glad they took it. Oh, dang, he knew. He knew. He got the sauce. He's going to 10? No. He's scared. He's scared, chat. He knows we're coming for him. Alright, so we're just gonna... do some things. Oh, dang. I keep giving my opponent so many lands. Assuming he's gonna push one of these. Yeah. So now I have to see how many creatures you can put on the battlefield this turn. Alright, so I'm gonna play this. So I'm gonna do it this way. Yeah, play this. Play Firebrand. Now if he K commands, I can discard. I can bolt his face instead of me discarding it. He has an IOK. So this is 7 damage? Okay. That was kind of weird, but alright. All these cards are bad. Tormod's Crypt. kind of does something, but it's bad, so we're not going to take it. Also, our opponent took our Devastating Summons, even though I don't think it's very good in the matchup, so maybe they'll take it again. That'd be kind of cool. This is too loud. Alright. Alrighty then. We have 2 lands? That's the perfect number of lands. How can we ever lose? We have 2 lands, and we have this guy? And this thing? And this card? And these guys are kind of medium, but like, whatever. We got this dude with his like metal crowbar or metal pipe. Just gonna beat someone with it. Our opponent is going to be a gentleman and a scholar and deal a bunch of damage to themselves. Maybe they will cast Thoughtseize again. Apparently not. Expect this thing to die. Well, I don't like that, but our opponent has kept a 1-lander. Never mind. Never mind. Never punished. This is not a great hand. It's a lot of cards that don't particularly synergize well together. Okay. So he probably takes the Devastating Summons here. If he does not take the Devastating Summons and I draw into the land, I'm definitely going summons into kick Bushwhacker, hit for 9, and just like hope I can close out from there. Actually, I might go. Oh, yeah, it would be nice. I could also go hit for 7. Hit for 7, leave Goblin Grenade up. That would probably be better, actually. Alright, so I don't want to fling this because it's not enough damage. Just gonna cast this bad boy. We have to get him at least below 10 if I want to use these Goblin Grenades to finish off the job. Sure. Bolt my guy. Alright, so now my goal is to draw 2 goblins and throw them at his face. So we'll see how that goes. Cancel. Leaving myself with a land. I don't think there's really an argument for trying to make them 4/4s to play around. I guess he could have more Snapcasters. That makes sense. Yep. But most of these decks don't have a ton of bolts, which was my reasoning there. So, the question for next turn is, do I play around Stubborn Denial? The answer is I would not have to make hard decisions, which is nice. Sack this goblin. We got this. Paying 1. You have a second one? Jeez. Too strong. We got this. We restarted. So now we're 1-0 in this league. The only league that matters. Jesus. Brutality, probably. Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're 1-0 up in this match. So even if we lose this, we can still get him on backhand. Now probably dead. All right. Okay. So all of these cards still suck. So like, okay, this is how this works. We were on the draw, and we lost, but now we're gonna be on the play and easily win, because that is what being on the play means. We're going to attack for 4 next turn, an unbeatable amount of damage. So, a weird thing about playing this kind of deck online versus in paper is I find when I play these kind of decks in paper, my opponent very rarely has it. Whereas when I play these kind of decks online, my opponent has turn 1 interaction much more often, which is basically what you never want to see with this deck because you can't usually beat it. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe people just mulligan more aggressively when they're playing on Magic Online. I think my opponent is super dead, by the way. Do not think they are going to be able... Yeah, okay. Yeah, see? Easy. 1-0. On our way to a 5-0. First league never happened. There's definitely not video evidence. And gonna keep crushing. Gonna get my 15 unique cards to 5-0 Modern League, and it'll be great. Honestly, I think you could pretty easily just like not play any of these cards and have 11 cards. Just like not play a sideboard because it doesn't do anything anyway. But maybe we'll run up against Dredge or something. I also think my opponent was playing humans 9 days ago. This hand's good against humans. Maybe. I have no idea if this hand's good against humans, but I think it's okay. We've got like this 1-1. Legion Loyalist is a very high variance card. It's either the best card in the entire world or it's a 1-1 for 1. So we got here. We got a Vial. Alright, so we're going to kick this. We're going to bolt their turn 2 play and then surge this out. Alternatively, we might just... So this thing gives first strike. So we might just bolt their face, Reckless Bushwhacker, smush for 6. That would put them at 6. Or they'd probably have to throw away something, because I don't think there's going to be anything they can put on the battlefield for the amount of mana they'll have that can effectively block a 2-power first striker. So I'll probably do that, actually, because pointing the bolt to their face means that this Goblin Grenade doesn't need much help to finish the job. My opponent is thinking very hard about if they want to put a counter on this. I would recommend putting a counter on it, because if you put a counter on it, then you can use it to put creatures into play, but my opponent may not agree with me there. Well, while our opponent tries to figure out what they want to do with their deck, how is everyone doing today? It'd be nice if there was an easy way to, like... So I'm uploading this to YouTube, right? And ideally, I'd want to say, oh, my opponent fell asleep at this point in the match, so I should probably, you know, stop the recording. But there's not an easy way to do that. If only there was. Alright, so 2 minutes ago, our opponent decided they didn't want to play Magic anymore. If they decide that for another 8 minutes, I get to win. I have not broken new standard. I have not given it a whole lot of thought, honestly. Oh, my opponent lost connection. I think that, let's see. What am I doing? Let's see, Oracle text. So I think that there might be a really good Surveil deck. This is what we're talking about now. While my opponent decides if they want to come back or not. So I think that... Let me sort this by CMC. I think that this card's really good. So, basically, you got this 1 mana 2/2 that gets a counter every time you Surveil. And I think the power of this card is obviously going to depend on how many good Surveil cards there are, but I think there are actually a lot of them, which makes this card really interesting to me. So, Lazav here, which I'm sure you can definitely read. I'm going to have to click on it. Lazav scries 1 when it enters the battlefield and can become a copy of this guy or a copy of Dimir Spybug, which both then combo with Doom Whisperer. So if you have 2 of these on the battlefield, then every time you Surveil, you put a counter on them. And Doom Whisperer allows you to pay 2 life to Surveil. So if you're at life parity and you play a Doom Whisperer, and you have these 2 on the battlefield, you can pay all your remaining life, make them large, and swing in. And you can also... The card's not going to be in here, but there's like a 4 mana like lightning helix that can only target your opponent. And then if you mill it with Surveil, you get to cast it for free. So that gives you a lot of redundancy on your Doom Whisperer. So you get to, instead of having to pay your entire life, you can pay, basically you need, like each time you mill that card, it's like 6 damage. So you don't need to Surveil quite as much in order to get there. And I think that ends up being, oh, my opponent's doing stuff. I think that actually might be a really strong deck moving forward, just because the Surveil cards seem really powerful to me. The Read the Bone card is obviously very good, and there's like some cantrips somewhere. I think this card's good. I think Mr. Lizav is good because it can be any of your like quote unquote combo pieces, and just like a 1/3 is going to block pretty well against the aggro stuff of the format. So this is unfortunate. It's basically my opponent's best possible draw. So with this, we really need to draw a creature. If we draw a creature, we'll still be completely fine. I expect him to take this bolt, because then we can't Goblin Grenade starts with the Bushwhacker, and yeah. So hopefully, well, or we could do that. So now what do we do? This is much worse. I don't know. If I'm not a person who can look at a spoiler and have a whole bunch of ideas. I really need to like play with stuff and figure out what I think is good. I also think that just playing like Pelt Collector, Steel Leaf Champion, and Llanowar Elves is a very good place, especially to be starting with the standard season. And I think Nullhide Ferox is much better than people are giving it credit for. Maybe my opponent won't have anything good. Let's see what he's got. Jeez. Yeah, so opponent's gonna take 5 here. Probably block, yeah. This I'm very happy about. He's only saving 1 life, and he's throwing away his Thali's Lieutenant. So hopefully he does that. No, I need to win. Okay. Yeah, 5 damage putting him to 9 is not very much. It would not surprise me if we lose from here. Yeah, the freebooter was rough. This matchup, we're definitely going to bring in these Searing Bloods. I did not play against a ton of... So definitely the weakness for this Goblins deck is like medium to large size creatures that can just block, because that counts as basically removal and also pressure. And I did not, when I 4-1, I did not play against any large creatures, and that was great. But this is a 3/3. 3/3 is so big. Oh yeah. All right, I think my best out here is drawing double, I can't even draw double Goblin Grenade because this thing isn't a goblin. Awkward. I'm going to copy Thaler's Lieutenant. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Yeah, alright. Alright, opponent. You're taking too long to take game actions. Okay, so we're going to board in these. And we're going to board out these. I like boarding out Devastating Summers in general. I think it's the weakest card in the deck. Possibly Burning-Tree Emissary is weaker, but Burning-Tree Emissary leads to a lot of really explosive starts, which I think we need. Yeah. This hand's pretty good. Get in there, Goblin Guide. I believe in you. Keep giving them lands. Alright, so I'm probably going to kill this with Firebrand. Let me think. Never mind. Alright. Get in there, team. I guess I could have... Because, like... I kind of wanted to kill this with Firebrand, but... I really need to play this turn, and then... I guess I could have gone, like, Firebrand into Unkicked Bushwhacker, but that seems so weak. Like, I'm hitting for... Yeah. This I think is better. This gets across more damage. The champion is still dead. If you play something like a Firebrand this turn, I can still do that. Ooh. No. So is going to deal 5. And then next turn we can Bushwhacker into possibly Goblin Grenade. That seemed weird. Saving 1 point of damage in order to, and like losing your champion of the parish. Oh, I guess if he has, yeah, I guess it makes sense if he's gonna do this. I don't think I can beat this, by the way. I guess. I guess we can do this. All right, he's at 1. Can we do it? Can like Phantasmal Image shoot down this Burning-Tree Emissary? You copy Staticaster. You can also put a 3/3 Vigilance on the battlefield. That's probably his better move. Yeah, that's a good play. Alright, so now I'm drawing at reach, basically. It's not a goblin. Why can't this be a goblin? I guess goblins aren't very gruel. Gruel's about like big shit. Probably copies the Mantis Rider here. He really wants to clock me. My entire deck is goblins, so hopefully I can find a goblin and not just draw a bunch of lands and die. That would be unfortunate. Oh god. Alright. I have one turn. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah? Alright, well that sucks. Deck was like basically entirely outs because these weren't in the deck. So it was like only lands and like the rest of the burning trees. Deck is not being nice to me today. It's always frustrating when you lose the game by 1, too. Like, maybe there was something I could do. Alright, let's do this. My opponent is 0-1. Maybe I can stop on them for some fun bucks. Do not want a second copy of that spell, basically ever. Actually, okay. All right. So if I draw a land, this is going to be kind of the nuts. Because I can go Devastating Summons into kick this other Bushwhacker. If I don't draw a land, I can still just kick the Bushwhacker, but that's obviously not as much fun. Maybe I should be cutting Devastating Summons less. This card is sweet. This card does a lot of damage. My opponent is playing Spirits. So let's see if we can... I assume they have another 1-drop. Otherwise, yeah. So maybe a Force Spike Spirit? No. Okay. Interesting. So, alright, so they definitely don't have a Eclectic Company. Alright, we're just gonna kick this. And hope that this is good enough. That's pretty good. So now he can block 3 and sack the spirit. Oh, he has a path. Okay. Yeah. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Definitely could have gone worse. Yeah, so we're just gonna do the thing. 'Cause that is what this deck is about. It's about doing the thing. What you got? What you got, opponent? Ah, fuck, he had it. I think I'm still fine. Yeah. So he exiles that. Do this. We have to bolt now. Jesus. All right. That was not a good block. All right. If I had thrown the bolt at his face, I would have won the game there. So it's possible. I was not thinking about Drogskol. I was thinking about second Spell Queller, and it didn't matter. But Drogskol definitely means it did matter. Alright, well, my opponent only has 1 card in hand, but I have no lands. I think I just want to push in. It's going to trade Bushwhackers and then possibly chump with Hierarch. Yeah, so let's put him at 1, which means land into Firebrand is lethal. Oh, he's getting in. I see you. I see you, opponent. It's possible I should have left myself with a single land. That might have been a better play. Probably could have done some math. Woo! Alright. I thought about it. I think this card's a trap. So we're running it back. Because it's really hard to actually get the damage off because your targets are either dude, thanks for the follow Butterfly. Probably Butterfly is how it's supposed to go. Yeah, so basically your targets are Selfless Spirit, where they just stack it so you don't get the damage. Maz Wanderer, where they stack it so you don't get the damage. And then that's basically it. The other stuff is actually slightly bigger. So, not bringing it in. Let me think. We're on the draw. It'll be fine. This hand's very good if we draw a second land. I have no idea what's going on in Hex. I have not played Hex in a fairly long time. They're not really... They like ran out of money and couldn't pay the artist and couldn't release the next set. And I think this is just an unfortunate case where a really cool company You know, sometimes you just don't have, sometimes you just can't make it work, and that's unfortunate. But it is possible I should have bolted that instead of running out Denizen. I'm not sure. Oh no! I gave him a land. Hey dude, you should like block. Dang, you didn't block. Alright, alright. Opponent's got some stuff going on. Drew another land. So I know he has Drogskull, Captain, Misty, some lands. Gonna sack the spirit. This is weird. This is very weird. I honestly don't know. I don't really follow it anymore. I haven't logged into the game in a while. Do not know what their plans are. Do not know. I mean, their main Twitter account's still posting stuff. So. God bless. Got Spellcrawler on top. I think this is gonna kill me. Yeah. Blocks there. Blocks here. So it takes 2. I think not hitting a land here is just gonna be too much. Yeah, I archive all of my streams to YouTube. So if you type in just like Bob and Cheese to YouTube, I don't have a user ID link because you need a certain number of YouTube subs for that, and I'm not a particularly popular YouTuber, but all my stuff is on there, and you can pretty easily find it if you search my name. I'm very dead, I think. Dude, thanks for the sub, Mr. Goat. I appreciate you. Alright, I'm dead. Make me feel better about dying a lot to spirits. Okay. I'm putting these in on the draw. On the play, I can tag a Noble Hierarch with the Searing Blood, which I think is pretty strong. So we're gonna try that. We need like a counter for how many times Goblin Guy gives my opponent land. It seems like a large percentage of the time. Cavern, cast that already. There's only one of these. Okay. Roar! Ooh, Kira. Alright, so he takes 9, goes to 4. Hopefully I can close this one out. If I draw another whacker, I definitely can. If he shocks this in, I probably can. If he shocks this in it and like plays Kira, I definitely can. Shock it. Shock. You know you want to. You know you want to. Actually, if he only has one spell this turn, I can, regardless of what he does. Yeah, so I can beat this. That definitely helps. Roar! All right. 2-1. Going for that 3-2. Can I be a real modern deck? Can I get another 4-1? Those are better because they put you up on cash. I've been playing a lot of blue-white miracles with like back to basics and stuff in Legacy. That is how I paid for this here Gobbos deck. Because this deck is only like 50 tickets. Alright. Gimme that land. Ooh. Ooh. Alright. We got this. Burning-Tree off the top. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Alright, my opponent is going to die. Going to beat him down with my goblins. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Whee! Alright, so I definitely want Damping Sphere. I don't know what I want to cut. Probably like Bolt. I don't really have anything I want to bolt, and I think Yeah, we're going to do this. I don't know, man. Smash seems worse to me than Sphere. I think the Sphere is more relevant than like a lightning bolt, but that could be wrong. I mean, Sphere goes out to that too, right? Like they can't cast a turn through Worm Coil if we have a Sphere. But I guess my opponent is just never gonna have Tron. So maybe that should have factored into my calculus. Smash also kills this. Alright. I've been sold on Smash. So my opponent has put Spellskite in their deck like it's like 2015. Roar. Roar. Worth noting here, I would very easily have won this game if I had Smash Smithereens in my deck. And I just gave my opponent Tron, which is not the best. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Inferno. I appreciate you. Some of these decks have been running Tarmogoyf. That card seems super unbeatable, so hopefully my opponent does not draw that. Yeah, whatever. So we played the power play. He's got a tower now. So he probably redirects and then I kill him. Or he doesn't do that. Whatever. It is a Corsair mechanical keyboard. It needs to clack so everyone knows how hardcore a gamer I am. Oh, I have no idea. How do I tell? It is this keyboard. Look at it. Eh. I am a medium minus sysadmin and have no idea. Pull the escape key off. Okay. It looks like a plus. This is the escape key. Putting it back on. Oh. The color? Black? Yeah, it's black. It's like a black piece of plastic. Like the rest of the keyboard. Alright. Game gets 4-1. This hand's good. I'm going to keep it. Do you know what board it is? I do not. I can probably look it up at some point. You can like look it up in like system, right? I don't know. Whatever. All right. Land? Land. Not a land. So, the reason I'm playing the Foundry Street first is playing Foundry Street into Goblin Guide is basically like playing Goblin Guide on turn 1, because the Goblin Guide, if you play it on turn 1, attacks twice and deals 4 damage by the second turn. Whereas Foundry Street is going to attack once, and then Goblin Guide's going to attack on turn 2, so that's also 4 damage. But if I draw another land and am able to play 2 creatures on turn 2. Honestly, I don't remember. It was not particularly important to me when I was buying the PC. I'm gonna fucking die to this walking ballista, by the way. One makes a servo. I mean, we might get there. If we draw like another Goblin Grenade, we probably win. Might shoot my things. I don't know why I do that, but he might. Okay. So... yeah, I mean, completely understandable. I spent a lot of money on this PC, so I probably should have put a bit more effort into looking up what it had under the hood, but I did not do that. Alright, so he's probably going to have to shoot this pre-combat. Hopefully he just doesn't do that. Holy shit, he didn't do it. You can't Burning-Tree Emissary into this Bushwhacker. And if I Bushwhacker, he just goes block, Goblin Guide, shoot my 3 guys. Whereas if I do it this way, he's now like priced into... If he had shot this pre-combat, he would have been much better off. But he didn't, which means I get to clear the... the walking ballista, which makes it a good bit easier for me to win the game. Unless he has a second walking ballista, and then I'm just fucked. And by fucked, I mean if he taps this for mana, he's dead to Firebrand plus Goblin Grenade. So probably have this one. Okay. Alright. So my opponent doesn't kill this Goblin Guide right now. He loses the game. So all my things had trample. So he didn't want to take... So if he blocks and regens, he still takes the damage because they trample over. Which would have put him at like 4 or something. Which was obviously not... That is a lot of tokens. I think I still have this though because he's at 6. Like, I'm pretty sure this deck has no main deck way of gaining life. If we draw a land, they die. Oh, right. Yeah. Cause we play this. I've seen some versions running skews, which I don't think is like the most unreasonable thing to run your main deck. So if you have like 4 skews, that gets us here. Woo! Alright. Feels good. Alright, so... Okay. Geoff lives at Jeff's house. I don't have a Goblin Mask. Oh god. Oh god, this mask looks so bad. Fuck. I think I have to mulligan this hand. Yeah, I think this hand's bad. This hand is not much better. Sup, man? How's it going? You are the bit leader. Hallowed be your name. Moles cannot block warriors, but that's okay. Like this, it's like game 2. We're on the draw. We can't beat anything. Like this is a 2/2. Look how big this is. It's 2 power and 2 toughness. I love.
I was just on the phone with your sister for an hour and a half helping her apply to college.
Is she gonna get into college now?
Well, we got to the part where she's filling out her activities.
Okay.
And then Cheryl came in,
So you're done now? Or you still going at it?
No, I was like, I'm gonna go to bed now. Bye.
You're the best.
Yeah.
I'll be done with this in like 10 minutes probably.
Okay.
Alright, love you, love.
Love you too.
Dude, that's hype. That is hype that your friend did well at the PTQ. I think the deck is very good. It is pretty cleanly my top choice going into do I have it on my Stream Deck? I might not. I'm super dead, by the way. In case anyone was interested in that. Let me see if it's here in Stream Decker. It is not. Let's see. This is the deck. Yeah. No, I want to go copy this. Paste. Rename it to Coddle Burn. I think this was still good. People have been. Most people are still on the red-white version, but I think Nakatl is very well positioned for like the current top decks, and like you're mostly the same deck, right? So against the field, you're pretty similar, but I think against blue-white and against creature decks, I think Nakatl Burn is better. And also against like combo decks where it's just like a straight race, but it's a race where they're not like racing your life total per se, right? So like against like Tron or against spell-based combo, you're racing, but you're not racing life total. So like the damage doesn't matter, but Nakatl is often going to get in for a ton of damage. Yeah, the line where I put my 1-drops on the battlefield. It was a difficult one to spot. This is gonna be good. Rawr. These 1/1s though, not the best clock. See, like this, a single wild Nakatl. Alright, question for chat. How do I make a what do you call it? A command that's like a burn command and it gives me that deck list. Sweet. You the best, Rogue. Alright, so as long as they don't have claim, this should be lethal. They do not have claim. Alright. So that was a 4-1. We started off O2ing league, but that league didn't finish, so it didn't count. I think yeah, so that would also been lethal, but it's not actually more damage, right? So if it attacks, it gets in 1 damage. If I ping, I get in 1 damage. But if I attack, then I still have my guy, right? So if he like has Nature's Claim and lives, then I still have the 1/1s that I can ping with next turn if he comes up the board or just attack with again. Yeah, so I actually think this deck is good. It's only like 50 tickets or something. So if you're looking for a budget modern deck, I think in terms of like power to cost, I think this is by far the best bang for your buck. The list that I copied and then changing it down to 15 cards was playing 2 Devastating Summons, 2 Flame of Keld. That's fine. I mean, multiple Devastating Summons is really bad, so I can see that split being good. Flame of Keld definitely seems strong. I think Devastating Summons is slightly more explosive, so when I condensed it down to 1 spell, that's what I went with. I also think if you want to build a non-budget version of this deck, I think putting a bunch of fetch lands in here and playing Grim Lavamancer is really powerful. It's a 1/1, so it synergizes with your you know, with your Legion Loyalists and your Whacker guys, but it also just allows you to usually your opponent's spot move is very stressed in this matchup because, you know, they got to kill all these things. So it's pretty easy for that to get a good number of points of damage in to close out a game. You notice we ended a lot of games where our opponent was at like 1, and if we just had a little bit more reach, we would have been able to get there. Unfortunately, you cannot. If you're playing Grim Lavamancer, you have to have fetch lands, and then I'd have more than 15 unique cards, which was the point of this, because I wanted to set a record. Yeah. Surgical might be better than Tormod's Crypt. Not sure. Probably. Would not surprise me if it's better. I think I think they're probably pretty similar. I think Tormod... No, I think I'd probably rather run Surgical. I think the amount of time where you're going to be taking like both a Vengevine or a Bridge is much less than where you just want to get rid of all the Vengevines. And Bridge is actually pretty easy for this deck to deal with, especially with where is it? Firebrand, who can sack himself. Any cards that can sack themselves are very good against Bridge. But yeah, that's this deck. I think it's good. I would probably cut this Damping Sphere for 4th Searing Blood, actually. Because I think the matchups where you want Damping Sphere are already pretty good for you. But yeah, like this deck a lot. We'll probably try to run a few more leagues with it and try to get the 5-0. Currently, I 4-1 last night and then went 4-3 today. So I'm 8-3 in matches played, which is, you know, it's like a pretty good win record. I'd be very happy with that in any tournament. So yeah, I think the deck is strong. I think what's it called? There's like a... Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. I think this card is actually going to be pretty good. I can zoom in on it. So basically you cast a bunch of red spells always, and then it's going to be like a 4/4, and then you can use the mana to play one of your kicker guys. So I think this card is worth testing in this deck, possibly over like Burning-Tree Emissary or something. Might end up being worse, but I think it's worth a shot. But yeah, that's the deck. Thank you all for watching.